You may not realize this, but actually most churches don't have a clear process to equip men for eldership. I would suggest to you that most elders in evangelical churches wouldn't be able to defend their own church doctrinal statement. Now, when I say that, understand, I'm not saying they're not godly men. I'm not saying that they're not faithful men. What I'm saying is that while we understand that being a pastor or being an elder is really the same title, we really do treat the man who we call pastor different than those who we might call lay elders. In this sense, oftentimes the man who's a pastor goes and he's trained and he understands theology and he comes in to help lead the church, but he's supposed to lead the church with a plurality of elders. But if the church is not training their elders, then how is it that they are able to understand theology, to be able to defend sound doctrine, to be able to refute those who contradict? Well, they need to be trained for that. I mean, Hebrews 13 says they will give an account of the souls that they care for, but we don't prepare them for that. And it is interesting that many churches, you hear somebody praying, pray, God, please raise up elders in our church. Well, how's that going to happen? Is that mystical? No, it's not mystical. The issue is, God, help us to equip the men in our church to be leaders. And then of those men we were equipping, God, please gift those who are specifically capable and qualified to be elders. Help us to identify them and help us to make sure they are theologically prepared to serve in the role of elder. And so XL Ministries has developed training materials to help the local church. We have a program that's actually a 12-month program, and it deals with elder qualifications to really consider, does a man meet those qualifications to serve in that role? Now let me remind you that elder qualifications, for the most part, are Christian qualifications. And so the reason an elder must meet those qualifications is so that the rest of the church can follow his example. But beyond those qualifications, there are responsibilities of shepherding. There are responsibilities of teaching, of being able to protect sound doctrine, of being able to refute those who contradict. When I meet with elders, I tell them, listen, if somebody comes and asks you a theological question, your response ought not to be, go talk to the pastor. You need to be capable of answering the question. You need to be capable of recognizing when somebody comes into the church and they're teaching things that are not sound. Not only that, you need to be able to address it, and you need to be able to defend sound doctrine. Well, our discipleship training is intended to accomplish those things, where actually when a man finishes the elder training, not only does he understand qualifications, he understands the role of an elder. It is not a once-a-month meeting. It's a man who has to be able to truly shepherd the flock of God. His wisdom is necessary for the plurality of elders to function well. He needs to understand theology well. And so our training accomplishes those things so that when he's done with training, it's not about a man who has just been a member a long time, a faithful man in the church, a faithful giver in the church. It's a man who has been trained to lead the church. And that is essential in the life of the church. How can a church possibly grow beyond the spiritual maturity of its own leaders? And so we provide our resources on a donation-only basis. If you're looking to develop your eldership or even help train the elders you already have, we would love to help you. You can contact us through our website. Our services are free. We simply want to help the church be the church, and we know that a church without biblically qualified elders is in serious trouble. We want you to know that we would love to help you with leadership training, specifically training elders. So if we could be of assistance to you, we would be thrilled if you'd reach out to us.